Welcome, friends. Guys, see that tree stump right there? It's probably about 4 foot high, about this big around. Completely covered in barbed wire, aka poison ivy. I'm about to have war with this thing today. So about 2 weeks ago, I was back here mowing grass as I normally do, cruising around this thing on my zero turn. Yellow jacket came out. Wham! Got me right in the arm. And it got me good. I mean, it only hurt for a couple hours, but my arm was swollen, and the bump's finally gone. A good 10 days for that bump to finally go down on my arm. So I got some of that spray. You know, I saw most of them going in like towards the bottom. I got some of that spray and I sprayed them really good with that foaming stuff. You spray it from like 20 feet away. Put about a pint of diesel fuel on there thinking, okay, cool, that's gonna kill them. I didn't think anything of it. 2 weeks later, mowing grass again, they stung me again. This time they got me in my back. So I'm done with them. They have quite the compound they've created. I came back here 2 days ago and I threw a brick at them down at the base of the stump to see, okay, are these things finally gone? Because I hit them with some of that spray again. And there's no more yellow jackets coming out of the base. Now they're coming out the top. So I think that stump is hollow and they built like a giant nest inside of there. Now I know if you do a quick Google search on are yellow jackets beneficial, some people say yes, they are pollinators. They eat all kinds of flies and grubs and larvae and different things, and they help keep your homestead clean. They're kind of like carnivorous little janitors that go around and clean things up, and especially like dead things, rotting things, they will eat that. They also are very fond of beehives. So I've seen them all over my beehives lately, trying to get in and rob the honey that's in there. And so there's arguments for keeping yellow jackets around. However, this is in our backyard. This is where people hang out. This is where my nephew comes right here to feed the goats. My next door neighbor, he has his granddaughter in town this weekend, and he said, hey, can I bring her over and let her meet the goats and see how the turkeys and see your chickens? I don't want to get stung, and I don't want somebody else to get stung, especially a little kid. So I'm going to try to eliminate these characters today, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about it. I have two different ideas. One was get my tractor. Well, step one, put on my bee suit because I really don't want to get stung again. Now I know bee suits aren't necessarily effective against wasps and yellow jackets and hornets and things like that. Their effectiveness goes way down, as long as it protects me some, because the stings that I've received so far, I don't want them again. Plan A was get my tractor out here, get my bucket. If it's really rotted and hollow the way I think it is, hoping I can knock the thing over with my bucket. We'll come around, we'll scoop it up with my bucket, we'll take it over to the fire pit, and we'll dispose of it that way with flames of some sort probably, or even just some more diesel fuel if I can get it in the right spot. Another option was I have one of those flame weeders, you know, that you can use with the propane tank to burn like weeds and stuff like that. I almost thought about just lighting the thing and setting it next to it and walking away and just torching the whole thing right where it is. So they must have had some, oh geez. Scared the crap out of me. That stupid rock. You tell I'm nervous. So they must have been an underground nest, and they must have had tunnels up through the logs so that they could come out through the top as well as through the bottom. So this is the top of the nest there. I did see some of that ground that I dug up on my first attempt. Had a big chunks of the paper wasp, yellow jacket nest mixed in with it. But I'm glad they're not in this, so now I can push this up and try to get it all. Just burn it. There's no sense in keeping this here. Although it is covered with poison ivy, so I'm gonna have to be careful and stay out of the fumes and the smoke. Let's see if I can grade that ground around it a little bit. Remove some of the vegetation. So if there's still something in the ground, we can target it and get rid of them. So I would much rather coexist peacefully with just about everything on our homestead. Raccoons, possums, you want to live here, that's fine. Stay out of my chicken coop, or you're gonna go. Yellow jackets, hornets, things like that. Stay out of my beehives. Don't sting me, don't sting my wife, don't sting the little kids that come and visit us. These guys were just way too close to home, like literally 60 feet. So I do feel bad about it, but it's just certain things that have to happen. So if this was sensitive to you or you feel bad for the bees, I'm sorry, I apologize, but I do appreciate you guys coming along with me today. I'm gonna get the tractor put away, get my chainsaw out, and I think I'm gonna tackle at least part of this giant branch over here. I'll show you before you guys leave. Can you guys see that? Right there, big branch. This whole tree that comes all the way up, if you can see, yeah, you can see that. That whole thing's dead. And then this big giant branch fell. So I need to cut that branch down and try to figure out how to get this giant one that's leaning up there on that other tree down. So I'm not gonna take you guys along for that. Just me cutting more wood, so see you guys later.